it's Steph from Papery Factory, and I am here with a super exciting haul. The new Mombi planners have been out and released. It is March 23rd, and they are in stores at Michael's, and I obviously had to pick them up. Right here I have the large planners. These are 8.5 inches by 11, so they are the size of a full sheet of paper. So they're larger than the mini and then the regular, obviously. And then I have a few of the accessories, so we're gonna go through the ones that were at my Michael's. I don't think these are all of the different ones that have been released for the 2018, 2017, but this is what I had available at my store. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm gonna start off with this one right over here, and it has this really beautiful cover. It is black and white, and the picture of the flowers are really gorgeous. The color and the print quality is amazing. This one is the 18-month planner, and it has the translucent, like magenta discs, and this is what the inside looks like. It has a kind of grayish polka dot in the inner part of the cover. And the first page says, "Hello, hello, hello, this big happy planner belongs to," and it is again for 2017 to 2018. So you have from July 2017 all the way to the end of 2018. So that's why they released them in March. I know they released them in March last year as well. So, oh my gosh, look how gorgeous this is. This is your year at a glance, and it has 2017 on one page, and it has a really beautiful, like, graphic of florals, and it's really pretty. The font is this really simple black print. Here is your first dashboard for July, and I will go through probably just 1 month's first and then try to skim through. Otherwise this video is going to be like an hour long, and y'all don't have time for that, or maybe you do, I don't know. So here we have June, July, and August, so you can see the previous and the upcoming month. It says this month, and it has the holidays that are coming up for July. It says July goals, important dates, appointments, July birthdays, projects, special events, don't forget. And it is in this really beautiful wispy looking font. And then the first dashboard is a white with black polka dot, and the tabs are this kind of teal colored, and it is reinforced. And then here is your month on 2 pages. This would be really good if you are working at like a school or a doctor's appointment, or a doctor's office, doctor's appointment. And this would be perfect to like mark down your objectives for the week if you're a teacher, or if you are working in an office, like main events that are going on. And then here you have your week on 2 pages. It is a vertical layout, and it has Monday through Sunday. And I know that they used to color block off the weekend, and people really some people didn't really like it because it made it harder to plan if you use stickers. And this has a really beautiful little floral detail in the corner. If you can see that, I am putting lotion on my hands because I am ashy. And let's see, what does the rest of the week look like? So the second week of the month, it has never stopped doing your best just because someone doesn't give you credit. So very uplifting. And then there's like a washi print down the middle, and then it repeats, and then it has a different quote, and this one says, "Let your smile change the world, but don't let the world change your smile." I love that. It's so happy and uplifting. So that was July. August has the same. The color scheme is a bit different, and I'm really loving the dashboards. It's so like, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. It's just really graphic, but then like feminine. So I really love what they did there. And then it looks like the week is pretty much the same, except the detail is a little different, and the quotes are different as well. And then moving on to September, this is the September dashboard. It says hello, 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 and it has this really like purpley magenta around the edge. And then you have your month. And I'm guessing the rest pretty much repeats. The flowers change a little bit. And then now I think I'm going to go ahead and just show you the dashboards. So here is October. And then moving on to November. This is similar to the cover. So remember, this one is the one that looks like this. All of the happy planners are all very different. They're really beautifully designed, very trendy, I feel. Very bright and happy. This one is December. I love that they did yellow, because typically, you know, December's like Christmas, holiday, wintry type colors. This is January, and it says, and at the end of the day, your feet should be dirty, your hair messy, and your eyes sparkling. And that is a quote. And then, ooh, I love January's little floral. That's really pretty. Can you see that? It is, ooh, it's like a dusty rose. Super pretty. And then moving on to February, you have this daisy pattern with a green background, and then you have a rose detail. Moving on to March, we are in 2018, and then you have this really fun kind of Kate Spade inspired striped dashboard. And then moving on to April, you have this really pretty graphic. It's super like, I don't know, it's tripping me out staring at it. And then you have May, which is really pretty, bright stripes, vertical stripes. June, it is this really bold, kind of bright blue polka dot. And then moving on to July. Ooh, July's pretty. It says stay classy, and it is like this stark white background with a pop of color with the flowers. And then August, you have a black and white horizontal stripe with two vertical stripes with pink and red. And then moving to September, you have this like very Mod Pop kind of layered circles that looks a bit 3D. And then you have October. October is this daisy print with a yellow background. November is a, this reminds me of Slytherin. I love that they have some really basic plain ones, because you can totally get creative and decorate this. You could put pictures, you could put like Project Life cards, you could do whatever you want basically to personalize it. And then you have December. And then you have a notes page, and then the back looks like this, stripes. So that was the first large happy planner. They call them the big happy planners. So, all right, that was only the first one, you guys. We have two more, and we have some accessories, so we need to go a little bit faster. This one is a chevron kind of arrow print, and it's really pretty. It has rose gold and marble, which is super trendy right now. And the discs are this really pretty like rose gold as well. And then the inside is marble. And then it says, hello, this big happy planner. And it has these little asterisks that look like snowflakes and stars. Ooh, and this one is really pretty. It's really watercolory, and the months look really large and scripty, and it's really gorgeous. Ooh, this one has rose gold foiling, so pretty. And then there's some marbling here. It says currently this month, July birthdays, important dates, again with the marble. And it says make today great with the polka dot kind of looking confetti in the rose gold. And then here's your month on 2 pages. You have Sunday through Saturday, and I really like the font in this one much better. I'm a font kind of gal, and this is much more fun. It looks like brush strokes, and there it says July, and then there's brush strokes on the weekend. So you have a Sunday through Saturday layout, whereas the one we just looked at was Monday through Sunday. Okay, but then on the week it's Monday through Sunday, so it's probably the same. And you have a sidebar that says weekly to-dos and notes. And there's a little quote down here that says be excited about everything. And you have this really fun washi print down the middle, so that's really pretty. And moving on to August. August is this really lilac lavender color, again with the marble, and the dashboard says whatever you're thinking, think bigger, which is appropriate for the Big Happy Planner. And then you have your month on 2 pages, your week on 2 pages, and again with the lilac brush strokes along the sidebar, and then your washi down the middle. This is really pretty. Ooh, September's really pretty. It says these are the days, and it has the confetti, but they look like squares, and there is foiling in the detail as well, if you can see that. And the color theme is this really gorgeous coral. I really like this, it's so pretty. And then you have, again, the coral down this side of the sidebar and along the kind of middle washi area. And then October kind of blends the 2 colors we just saw, and it says life is lovely. And you have the coral and the lilac together. I like how they did that. That's really pretty, kind of makes it very cohesive looking. I love that they're telling a story with the colors of this planner. And then in November, it's this really faux marble, really pretty plain. Again, you could dress this up with personal details and touches. And then you have this kind of sage green watercolor detail. And then you have your month on 2 pages with that sage green detail. And here is your week on 2 pages, Monday through Sunday. This says, wrinkles mean you laughed, gray hair means you cared. I love that. I had my first gray hair when I was in Vegas last year, and I was like, what is this? But this makes me feel better about it. And let's move on to December. December is this really pretty, these look like snowflakes, these little asterisks with the watercolor in the background. This is more of a peachy color. And then you have January, which looks like the cover. I love how it's very cohesive, this entire planner, because they're pretty much repeating what you see on the cover. And moving on to February, it says follow your heart, and it's very pretty. It's this like black background and the really peachy watercolor that is repeating. And then you have March, and it has the black background with this really fun font motif that says be happy, enjoy, smile, treat yourself, dreams, give much, be brave, faithful, fearless, every day. Love that. And then you have April, and April is this really soft lavender color again, and it says you got this. And then you have May. May says be inspired, and it's polka dots, and the polka dots are actually the marble. I don't know if you can see that. And then it says for June, it says good vibes. Again, the marble is in the stripes. I love that. That is so pretty. I never thought I would be into like a marble print, but I think I've just been seeing it so much in kits and, things that are coming up, and it's starting to grow on me. Here is July with the horizontal stripes with, again, the same color scheme that you see on the cover. So very thoughtful design. Moving on to August, it says, oh, just the best month ever, which I totally agree. This is me, Noelle, and Napoleon's birthday month, and obviously January is awesome because it's Stella's birthday month. And here is, let's see, September. It says be fearless, and it has these polka dots again. And then you have, ooh, October is nice. It's that print, except the background is white and the text is this rose gold. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I want all of it. I want all of October. Okay, moving on to November. It says find your happy, and it has all of these confetti dots that are slowly fading into white. And then last you have December. Ooh, this is pretty. And it is this mint green with rose gold asterisks. Y'all can tell it's been late. I'm starting to get a little tongue-tied. And then at the back you have your notes page, and then it is a watercolor background. So that was this big happy planner. Again, it has this little like chevron, I don't know, downward arrow cover, whatever you want to call that. All right, moving on to the last planner. Again, I don't know if I have all of them. I just picked up what was in the Michaels that was closest to us. And this one is your regular gold discs, and it has this really pretty watercolor. Oops, I ripped that. This is sort of like marble too, but it's like this really light blue, and it says hello beautiful year, and it's also gold foiled. I don't know, planner girls and their gold foil, it's like the love is on a different level. So you have this marble, and it's very, I don't know, modern looking, and it has 2017, 2018. Ooh, I love this. Seriously, the people who are at Mombi, their design team is just, I don't even know how their like creative team like comes up with these themes for all the different planners. So you have this one, which is the year on a page, 2017 and 2018, and it has this super like graphic scripty year, and it's super beautiful. I feel like this is very classic. I don't know, it looks very like 50s-ish, but like modern too at the same time. It reminds me of like an old steakhouse. Does that make any sense? Comment down below if you have any idea what I meant by that analogy. And so here's the dashboard. It says June, July, August, and it says currently July birthdays, and it kind of ombres into white. And then it says important dates in this hexagon, and it says top 3 this month. And then it has a color blocked dashboard, and it has this kind of marble watercolor, I don't even know how to describe this, with a gold foil at the bottom, and this is for July. And then you have your month on 2 pages, and it says on the corner, remain true to yourself. And you have your really pretty week on 2 pages. It's Monday through Sunday. The color that is across is very narrow compared to the ones that we saw before. So it's very like minimalist. And on the side it says notes. And the washi down the middle is again that really pretty kind of marble detail. And it's very clean. The lines are very minimal and, I don't know, more sophisticated than the others that we just looked through. And then you have August, and it is this kind of periwinkle blue that ombres into white, and it says go for it. And then you have different quotes at the corner of each month. This one says, if it's still in your mind, it is worth taking the risk. And this periwinkle carries throughout with this like aqua blue. And then you have September, which is really pretty. It has these like peaches, yellows, light pink with magenta, and the dashboard is the same. And then this light peach carries through the month. Oh, this is so pretty. This reminds me of like a mermaid. This is October, and it has this gold foiling on top, and it is, I don't even know, the patterns look like this. That's what it's doing. I think that's why it reminds me of a mermaid. And then it looks like this at the bottom with the white and teal. And then it says, be excited about everything. Moving on to November. November is this really bright pink dashboard, and it says, live wild, stand out, get lost, wander far, risk everything, follow your dreams. Very inspiring and uplifting. And then you have your month, and then your week. And then moving on to December, you have this mint with the marble, with the black and white, and it's polka dots. And then it says, she saw beauty in everything. And moving on to January, it says, why not, with the gold foiling again. Lots of foiling in this one. And it has the same dashboard that we've been seeing with this peachy watercolor. It looks like whenever you are painting and you dip your your brush with a bit of paint into the water, and you do that with like different colors. That's exactly what this looks like. So here is February, and it says, you will never regret being kind. And I really love this scripty font with the little like wisps right here. And then you have March. March is very bold and graphic, and it says, you'll get there. Very uplifting and like in your face. This one says, don't settle, with the white and the watercolor. A lot of color blocking in this particular planner. And it says, if you want to be happy, be. I like that. Simple. And then it has all these stripes, and then the marble is dropped in the back. Let me see if y'all can see that. Look at that detail. So pretty. And then June has a very large ampersand. I love that. So graphic. Typography, man. Love it. Ooh, here is July with all these like geometric lines, and this looks like a page flag to me. And it has gold foiling. And then you have August, and August says, stop wishing, start doing. And then moving on to September. Ooh, September is so pretty. It says, old ways won't open new doors. I love this one. I want this to be like a cover. And then moving on to October, this is what the cover of this particular planner looks like. It says, hello, beautiful day, except this one says year, and this one says day. And then November is really pretty. Oh, there's this really like primarily peach background with the drops of the white marble, and it has on top of it an overlay of this gold foiling. And then last you have December, which has these horizontal stripes and the alternating black and white, with the white having some marble, and it says, your only limit is you. So really pretty. And then the last notes page has this ombre white to mint page in the back, and the back of this cover is just that blue watercolor that you see. So that was this planner here. Again, this is the Big Happy Planner. And then we just have a couple of the accessories. I don't know if these are the new ones or if I hauled these already, to be honest. I just don't remember. And this is the, let's see, These are pre-punched pocket folders, so you have 5 of them that come in a pack. So this is the first one, and it looks like this. It has a watercolor diagonal stripe of rainbow and a heart. You have this white and gold foiled text one. You have this one that says make it work. You have this one that says very important stuff. And then you have this one that says you got this. And these are all for the big happy planners. And then last, there are some different covers that you can pick up. These might be the same ones from that were released earlier, end of last year. So you've probably seen these, but I'll show them again in case you are new to the planning world. And this one is just a floral with polka dots in the back, and the inside looks like this. And then this one says gratitude turns what we have into enough. So true. And then the inside looks like this, and it says be grateful. I love that one. And then this one says plan a happy life, and this one has gold foiling, and the inside looks like this. So that was everything from the new line. Again, if you want to see the mini happy planners or the regular sized happy planners for 2018, I will have those linked down below. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye!